So in this video we're going to talk about testing flame detectors. So what we have here is our base mounted UV IR flame detector. So a flame detector is a device that's looking for a particular signature of flickering infrared and ultraviolet, which normally comes from flames, of course. The best way to test it, of course, is with an actual flame, because it's always going to respond to that. Unfortunately, in most applications, flames aren't really desirable, so causing a real flame wouldn't be a good way of testing them. Although one of the test methods is actually to use a Bunsen burner. I suppose if you used it under controlled conditions, it would be okay to do. Anyway, the other method you can use is by using a test torch. Now these are quite expensive, and this is a particular one that's used for testing the Apollo flame detectors. It won't necessarily work with other manufacturers' detectors, because they're all looking for different signatures of flickering infrared in the optical spectrum. So this one's already set up to do Apollo devices. You can see with this one it's got a removable filter on the front, and the filter, the usual light that comes out of here is UV, but the filter is making it infrared as well. So we're going to have infrared and ultraviolet light coming out of this flame detector, which is perfect for the UV-IR flame. And also you can use this in normal method with the filter on the front for most of the IR sensors that we've got. If you've ever got just UV sensors, you'll need to take the filter off the front. But you can test UV only sensors in other ways, so not necessarily needed. So we're going to be looking for two frequencies of infrared and an ultraviolet light to set this flame detector off. It needs to see all three. It's on a base mounted flame. You can obviously get exactly the same sensors but in other housings. So we do an industrial type housing, and we do a flame-proof type housing for hazardous areas. So this has got a wall mounting bracket, so these are usually fitted on the wall, and it's got a deckhead mounting box underneath it. And all you have to do, you get that as one part. All you have to do is buy a detector base to put inside. Now it might be a conventional one. You can buy a Series 65 base to put in there. This one's addressable, so there's an XP95 base to go inside, and this device is addressable. So it's set to address number 1, as you can see on the test set there, and it's got an analog value of 25 currently. So all we're going to do is switch on the flame sensor, and it's just a case of flicking a switch. Make sure it's charged enough, of course, and you can see it's flickering away there. And when I press the star button, it's just going to start causing an infrared light. So we'll move about 4 or 5 meters away from the unit, and then we'll fire the light at it. There we go, you can see the analog value gone up there to analog value 64, and normally at that point the panel will send a command to the device to switch its LED on, which we can simulate, and then probably in about 20 seconds the unit's analog value will start dropping down again, because we're no longer seeing that flame source. Okay, and what we have to remember with these flame detectors testing is just that this is a functional test of the sensors that are inside the flame detector. It's not a test of the distance that this can cover. Basically, it's a functional test of the sensors, the same as you would test a smoke detector with a smoke applicator to test the functional settings of a smoke detector. So that's the end of the test.